This is TWiT.
So Russia has moved closer to adopting, and I can't wait to watch this happen, the Internet Master Cutoff Switch. And of course, Leo, my favorite organization over there in Russia, is behind it.
Oh, of course they are. Russo Novo Gravo.
Rosmonkansdorf. Whatever the hell it is. Russia's lower chamber of parliament has backed a bill which privacy advocates fear could lead to the creation of a censorship system similar to, you think, China's Great Firewall. The Associated Press reported Thursday that the State Duma, which is the lower house of the Federal Assembly of Russia, has advocated for the bill overwhelmingly. The new regulations, if also accepted by the upper chamber, which belongs to the Federal Assembly, and then signed into law by President Vladimir Putin, and who imagines he won't he's just like waiting, would require internet service providers to route Russian internet traffic locally through the country. In other words, to have the capability of doing that. This would give Russian authorities the opportunity to use equipment and software to establish man-in-the-middle communication eavesdropping, as well as to block and censor global content that Russia does not want its citizens to have access to. Although the Russian government has said that it will bear the cost and will reimburse ISPs, the country's ISPs would be required to provide equipment to exchange points approved by Russia's telecoms watchdog. Here it comes, Roskomnadzor, and a localized domain name system, like their own DNS, would be prepared to support the localization of content. And so I guess what that creates Ruskinet or something. But the point is, they want the ability to raise the shields around Russia and like still have a working countrywide network. At the moment, for example, if DNS queries are going outside and you raise the shields, well, everything breaks. So they're basically going to need to create explicitly create a different kind of subnet which can function if it if it needs to take itself off of the internet. Advocates of the bill claim that this whole concept would be a protective measure only meant to protect the internet within the country should a hostile entity cut off access. Okay, as well as a means to insulate Russian traffic from potential cyber attacks by foreign entities by removing traffic rerouting outside of the non-Russian systems. However, of course, many others believe that this creates top-level control, which would give Russian lawmakers an overarching authority to control the web within the country, as well as to monitor its citizens' online habits. I mean, you can imagine that part of this would be everybody using a system would have a root cert in their root store for a central Russian authority, which would then explicitly allow all man-in-the-middle filtering to be conducted. So, of course, that's what's going to happen. So anyway, I did want to mention that last time we talked about this, our listeners reminded us that the full unfiltered internet is also in orbit above us. So, in fact, we are not strictly limited to what landlines or short-range Wi-Fi is able to carry. There are satellites up there, and the internet is in the sky. So, although it would certainly be an effective deterrent for most internet connectivity, people who still really wanted to get unfiltered probably could.